Hello traders, and welcome to my second Ethereum price prediction video. So again, we're going to be drawing trend lines, looking at some Fibonacci numbers to determine where we think price will go. So the first thing I like to do is draw some trend lines that link up with the current price action. So the first one I'm going to draw is this one that actually you can see has many touches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 touches on this downward trend line. We also have 3 touches on this trend line right here. As you can see, it's touched here, here, and here. So this is a good area to look for resistance, and this is a good area to look for support. Now looking at the current price action, we had this very much identical candle occur, but this time price went much lower to around 132, went up, made a pin bar, and then we had a bullish engulfing candle on decent volume. Just about the same structure and the same volume, as this had 243.6K and this had 248.6K. So incredibly similar situations. But in this situation, I believe that Ethereum is going to go much higher. And the reasons I have that are twofold. One is the price action itself. Looking at this candlestick, this is a pin bar. This is a pin bar as well, as you can see, but I think this pin bar is much more important because it carries very high volume. These candles were on mediocre volume, below the volume of this bullish candle, and then this pin bar grew on large volume as price was pushed much higher, meaning that the buyers are beginning to become very active. And then we could see here that this candle right here had more volume than these candles as well. So I think that that is a sign that the buyers are now starting to regain control of this market. And most importantly, I think that buying this is a very good idea. And the price to buy it at would be this. I looked at some Fibonacci numbers and I found that if we drew this Fibonacci from 132 to 192, which is the last 2 days here, numbers, we can see some very interesting things. First, the 38.2 retracement is at 169. And this number is very special because if you look here, this is the close of this candle and around the open of this candle and the high of this candle. So this right here has a lot of confluence for a possible support area. So if you want to buy this, I would recommend the 169 to 170 if you would like to be aggressive. But more importantly, usually price likes to retrace to the 61.8 with a tail. So the $155 level right here is where this price closed and this price opened. And I think this is another possible support zone. Here at 155 and here at 170. And then I believe once this one of these zones is hit, either the 170 or the 155, I think price hits that and then closes much higher. I'm thinking that this trend line that I just drew is very, very likely going to be broken. We're going to get the beginning of a bullish run for Ethereum. Another reason I think that is because of the growing despair and uncertainty in the market. And when that begins to kick in, that shows that the sellers are exhausted. And when sellers are exhausted, we can see that the buying pressure mounts and the buyers win, causing prices to go much higher. So looking at the hourly, as we usually do, we can see here that this area right here, the 170, does have some decent support right here, as you can see, and some resistance, meaning there's a lot of orders likely around these levels because of how much price touched it. And then also at this 61.8, we have this lower tail here, a bit of this upper resistance here, and also many price touches to this level, meaning likely many orders are around here. And I truly believe that 155 and 170 are the two places to put a buy order at. But I think that there are two other scenarios that could also happen, even though they are less likely. I think this candle actually could turn around and go much higher and break this trend line immediately. Just after hitting the 23.6% Fibonacci retracement, it goes much higher. And then maybe we get a retest of this level or of this trend line. So what that would mean would be in the second scenario, price skyrockets up, comes down a bit and touches this trend line, and then goes up and never gets down to these lows ever again. I also think that the third option, which is the least likely, is that price goes below 132, price here engulfs this candle or creates a doji and turning into an evening star formation, and then this candle here engulfs this candle right here with volume and with price action, and then we get prices much lower, and we probably would get touches of this bottom trend line down here, down to the 120s level and maybe the $100 level even. So of the three options, I'm going to repeat them again. One is that price touches this level right here. This turns into support. Price goes much higher. The same option is that price goes down to here at 155, goes much higher. The second option is price just goes up higher immediately, retests, goes up. And then the third option, which I would likely give around a 20% chance, very unlikely, is the price just crashes and goes below here and touches the trend line again. I would give a good 60% chance that price touches either this level or this level and then goes up higher than that. And then I would give another 20% chance that price just skyrockets here, retests, and then creates a new bull run immediately. I'm confident that these levels will be touched because I think that after a large up move, many prospective buyers need to be shaken out of this market for many new buyers to come in. So I think that's why we're going to get some heavy retracement to possibly the 61.8 at 155 with a tail, or maybe even a close at the 38.2, which is the $170 level right here. So that's my quick video on where I believe Ethereum will end up. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thanks for watching.